it was, well, to put it simply, 2 nights, 2 shows, 2 premium live events, and only 1 episode to cover it all. And ladies and gentlemen, do not adjust your set. I am Hitman Cause. Welcome, one and all, to your official review for both Bash in Berlin and NXT No Mercy. And of course, I'm not alone in this endeavor. Please welcome, as always, the humble man, Gary. Gary, welcome to the Contracts.
Yo, what's good, my man called Nathan.
Hey, once again, two nights, 2 premium live events, one episode to cover it all. You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, to start things off, I was actually surprised at this start. Now, first off, we're going to start off with Bash in Berlin, in which I was surprised that this opened the show.
Let's do this. I'm sorry. One thing I forgot to say. Let's do this shit like Brutus.
Oh, yeah. Now,
Yeah.
anyways, I was actually surprised this match opened the show. Cody Rhodes defending the WWE title against Kevin Owens.
Right. I'm surprised that opened it too, honestly speaking.
Yeah. Now, needless to say, the crowd was lit as always. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
But I expect nothing less from the foreign crowds, not counting Canada. No offense to them.
Right.
And then also another thing I noticed for Cody's entrance is that, just like Kevin Owens pointed out on SmackDown, he didn't take a knee when it came to triggering his pyro.
Exactly.
Well, anyways, on to the match. It was a nice back and forth affair. Now, and Kevin Owens, there was something different about him, something that was missing, and we're gonna get to that in a little bit. But anyways, Cody's knee played a small factor into the match, as eventually his knee was targeted, but for some reason Kevin Owens just didn't want to do it. Not to mention that his knee actually did buckle one time when I think he tried to go for the Cody cutter, but KO didn't capitalize. And then there was another time that was just as frustrating. Where actually no, hold up. Before then, back when Cody's knee did buckle, Kevin Owens, instead of capitalizing on the opportunity, he instead tried to get the ref to check on him and shit.
Yeah, he did.
And then when they were outside the ring, he had a perfect opportunity to hit that devastating powerbomb onto the apron that would have did Cody in, but he couldn't pull the trigger.
That's correct.
Needless to say, Cody eventually hit the crossroads to win the match, and oh my God, to put it simply, Kevin Owens lost his Mamba mentality.
Right.
Because he had multiple, and I mean multiple, opportunities to do Cody in, to go in for the kill, but time after time, he couldn't bring himself to do it.
That's right.
He lost that Mamba mentality that led him to championships.
That is true.
And one thing that really helped, the atmosphere, in my opinion, was Wade Barrett, who was practically having a heart attack on commentary, telling KO almost begging KO to capitalize on the opportunities given to him, but he wouldn't do it. And it's just crazy because if I'm being completely honest, Cody shouldn't have won the match. But again, because KO lost his mama mentality, you know, he kept
Right.
he kept holding back.
That's correct.
So now, as far as this leaves Kevin Owens, I don't know where he's gonna go from here.
I,
Go ahead.
that's honestly speaking, neither do I, because I'm trying to grasp the same exact thing, honestly.
I mean, personally, I think he needs to do some soul searching and look down deep into his soul and regain his mama mentality, so he can. So when an opportunity comes for him to win a world title, he'll be able to capitalize on the opportunities given to him and be able to take care of business.
Oh yeah, that's correct. I am not gonna disagree there. He kind of does need to do that.
Well, moving on, we have Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill challenge Alba Fire and Isla Dawn for the women's tag titles. Now,
Yes.
I will say for this match, I was definitely shocked that Blair Davenport did not make an appearance.
Yeah, me too.
And needless to say, because she wasn't there, Naomi wasn't there either. So,
Right.
and what happened is exactly what I thought was going to happen, and I'm glad it happened. In which, first off, in the closer moments of the match, Alba Fire attempted to do her senton bomb onto Bianca Belair, while Isla Dawn had her on top of her, but Jade thankfully was able to, like, at the last second, pull on Bianca's braid and yank her out of the way.
Oh yeah.
And that had to be the first time where somebody pulled at Bianca's braid, and it was done in a positive way.
Oh yeah, that's correct.
But anyways, after that, Jade and Bianca hit their DDT German suplex combo, and Black Excellence has risen from the ashes once again, and Jade and Bianca are tag team champions once again.
Hell yeah.
And it feels so good.
Hell yeah.
Now, I look forward to them having a nice long reign. You know what I'm saying?
Me too, my man.
And that hopefully they, honestly, hopefully they break the record for the longest tag title reign, at least for the women.
Me most stuff.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on, we have CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre in a strap match.
Oh yeah, another great match. And not before we go there, I just want to say, oh yeah, so happy that Bianca Belair and Jade won the tag belts again. Oh my god.
Yes, sir, man.
Sir.
Anyways, on to the strap match. Well, actually, before then, for the, I know, this isn't. It's the entrance, not the match. But hey, I don't give a fuck. In which the crowd was loudly singing "Cult of Personality" for CM Punk. It was wonderful.
Oh yeah.
And then on top of that, during the match itself, the crowd was all over Drew, in which they were chanting "Fuck you, Drew."
Oh yeah, they were.
And once again, the beauty of Peacock has shown because not having to worry about it being on cable TV, I don't have to you know, they don't have to censor the crowd.
Right.
Like I get so sick of that shit.
I can't blame you.
Like yo, I'll never forget where after Mello turned on Trick, the next NXT, the crowd was loudly chanting "Fuck you, Mello," and then the dude, the network executives or whatever had the fucking nerve, the gall, to tell Shawn Michaels and them that the crowd had to stop chanting "Fuck you, Mello," or else they pull NXT off the air.
That was so bullshit.
Yo, and honestly, when SmackDown goes to USA, it's gonna be more of the same.
My God.
Absolutely ridiculous, and that's why honestly, when Raw goes to Netflix, I hope they don't have to worry about that.
So Triple H confirmed that, like, it's not, no one's gonna have to, but we should, he did say that.
Well, good. I mean, personally, all three shows should have been just aired on Peacock, and everything, and then everything would have been good from the jump.
Right.
And if not that, then they should have been airing. Then they should have chose a network in which they weren't such a stickler for cussing.
Exactly.
But anyways, back to the match before we get any further sidetracked.
Right.
I couldn't help but notice during the match, oh boy, Punk got busted open, thanks to Drew McIntyre's headbutt, or the glass got kiss, if you will.
Right.
To it, and then also, see, Drew, he did the thing in the corner where you put a chair in between the turnbuckles to prop it up, but unfortunately for him, Punk used it against him.
Right.
But Drew had a bit of revenge because Punk set up a table, but Drew wound up putting Punk through the table.
Oh yeah.
And then towards the end of the match, Punk was torturing Drew when he locked in the sharpshooter because he knew that you couldn't win by submission. But the point of it wasn't to have him tap or none. It was to put him through hell.
Right.
Now, then at the end of the match, CM Punk he hit three of the turnbuckles. Then then it was nap time, so he hit Drew with 3 straight GTSs. Then he took back the bracelet that Drew had all this time, which by the way, Drew pulled out of his tights. Might I mention?
Right.
Then after he took the nut sweat filled bracelet, he then hit Drew with one more GTS before hitting the last turnbuckle, and Drew McIntyre has been defeated for the moment, and Punk gets his get back on Drew McIntyre, and just like we thought, now it's knotted up one apiece, and they gotta have the rubber match,
Oh yeah.
And also another thing I might add with the nut sweat bracelet is that Punk kissed the bracelet, and meanwhile, again, I have to mention this, that bracelet was in his tights, so he might as well have been kissing Drew's dick by doing that.
Sure. Huh.
But at least he finally got it back.
Right.
But wait, did you see Raw?
Yes, I did.
Yep. But of course, Drew refuses to let Punk have anything go his way. For long. In which he whooped his ass again. He took the bracelet back, but here's the thing. Instead of wearing it, he broke it.
Oh yeah, man.
And then after he broke it, he shoved it down Punk's throat.
Yeah, that was crazy.
But the one thing I found funny about this was that after Drew broke it and shoved it in Punk's throat, Punk after the show actually had to take to social media to let everybody know that wasn't the real bracelet that the person that a fan made for him.
Right.
Because what I'm guessing is that people got legitimately pissed off because the person who made the bracelet was on social media, acting like they were really upset.
Right.
In which I'm pretty sure they were just selling as they were.
Right. Exactly.
But people were a little too invested in the storyline. Very understandable.
Yeah, that's correct.
Anyways, moving on, we have Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan versus the Terror Twins. Now, first off, I want to give a big shout out to Dominic because, first off, pretty much everything about him he does as a tribute to Lucha Libre legends. Excuse me.
Right.
First off, the mustache and the mullet, of course, is Eddie Guerrero. Then
right.
his shirt that was a skeleton. That's a tribute to La Parka, or L.A. Park, if you will, the original La Parka.
Right.
Then he wears now the reason why he now wrestles with a t-shirt around his waist to the ring. That's a tribute to Perro Aguayo Jr. Rest in peace.
Yes, sir.
And then of course his tights. He has one half, representing those serpent whatever things for Ray's mask.
Yeah.
And then the other half was I forgot what it was, but it was for another Lucha Libre legend. And then his boots was a tribute to Perro Aguayo Sr. So as you can see, despite being a dastardly heel, Dom got nothing but love and respect for the business, and you can't help but appreciate that, man.
Exactly.
Like people may shit on Dom because of how he acts, in character and whatnot. But not only, like, when we say this dude has the business in his veins, it's not just because he's Ray's son. He eats, breathes, and sleeps his business, man, and he loves it.
Yeah, exactly.
If he didn't, he wouldn't be showing this much love and giving this much tribute to those that have paved the way for him.
Exactly, that's correct.
Anyways, on with the match. Of course, we had Michael Cole talking shit to Dominic because he hates him. And then similar to Drew McIntyre, the crowd was chanting "Fuck you, Dom."
Correct.
But if we're being honest, Liv and Dom really didn't have much of a chance in this match.
Of course.
Just because the way the Terror Twins are booked to look almost, unstoppably strong,
Right.
I thought it was pretty dope when Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest hit simultaneous razor's edges on both Liv and Dom. And then, as we expected, the Judgment Day did interfere. However, it didn't do them any good because Rhea Ripley still hit the Riptide on Liv Morgan to win the match. And of course, she did the greatest pinfall ever.
Oh yeah.
And now she actually has a name for that pinning attempt. I think she calls it the pretzel hold, and it's perfect because she's practically folding her like a pretzel, and we got to give it to Liv for being extra flexible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Facts.
And also I don't know if you noticed, but when Rhea was doing the pin, the dudes in back of her in the crowd were taking a picture of the pin attempt from the other side that we didn't get to see.
Oh yeah, man. I didn't even notice that shit.
I did, and let me tell you something. If they were to put those pictures online, I promise you, them motherfuckers, those fucking pictures would go so viral.
It will.
Like, you have no idea, man.
Yeah, it would, man. Oh my god.
But on a serious note, I do have to address the elephant in the room, in which, don't get me wrong, I have no problem with Rhea and Priest winning, but this, what is Triple H's endgame with Finn Balor? Because Finn Balor, he's saying how he's gonna screw Damian at every time, but so far he's being booked to look incompetent, because every time he's had to screw him, he fails. And then on top of that, when it comes to matches, he looks weak. Like why are they making Finn look so weak and useless and incompetent?
Exactly.
I'm sure he's a heel, a part of a heel stable, but still, you can make him look strong, and he should be looking strong. But
you're for real, man.
But they're just making him look so ridiculously weak. It makes no sense.
I'm not gonna debate you there. I don't know why neither.
And his reign, in his tag title reign with JD McDonough, even though I'm happy they're champs, it's been garbage because they haven't defended they barely defended the titles. And this is different from Logan Paul, because when Logan Paul was barely defending the title, he wasn't on TV every week while holding the title. Whereas Finn Balor and JD, they are on TV every week.
Exactly.
And honestly, their tag title reign right now, I have to draw a comparison to Dean Ambrose's United States title reign, where he held it for a very long time, but the reign was very lousy because he barely defended the title. And anybody trying to defend it, saying that he was in the middle of other storylines, spare me. That's no excuse.
Right, exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
So honestly, seriously, Triple H, get it together, man. You've done some good things when it comes to other wrestlers. You need to get it right with so many wrestlers, and Finn Balor and the Judgment Day are one of them.
That's facts.
And did you see SmackDown?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, and another person you need to get it together with is Giovanni Vinci. What the fuck was that? Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I love Apollo Crews, and I'm all down for him getting the win. But what the fuck was that? You had this. You had us. You had him being. You had Giovanni being hyped up for his return for weeks, and I was getting hyped myself because I enjoyed his singles run in NXT before you reformed Imperium. But all of that build up just to have him lose in 5 seconds. What the fuck? Like what the fuck, dude?
For real. Exactly, man. Like, yeah, word.
Anyways, moving on. We have the main event: Randy Orton versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight title. Now,
right.
Needless to say, just like the past two, minus the mixed tag match, the past two matches, Randy had voices sung. The crowd, much loudly, as usual, was singing voices, sounding absolutely wonderful.
Right.
And then of course, when it came to the Samantha Irvin announcing them, before she had a chance to announce Gunther, out popped up Ludwig Kaiser, much to the crowd's delight. Because as if y'all didn't know, if y'all been living under a rock, they were in Germany, and Ludwig Kaiser is German, so he was home, and the crowd erupted upon seeing him.
Right.
And then as he gave his damn near perfect announcing for Gunther, the crowd was saying it with him.
Oh yeah, that's correct.
And then, along with the match, first off, the match, before they started to get down to it with the match, it was already crazy, because first off, I don't know how they have this much energy, but the crowd was still lit. They were singing. Even in the main event, they weren't tired. They were still singing and chanting and carrying on, having a great time. And then when the camera zoomed out, if you were paying attention, the German commentators and Wade Barrett they were also vibing too with the crowd.
Right.
And then, if that wasn't enough, the cherry on top was that the crowd was doing the wave.
Which they were.
Like, bro. The last time I saw a crowd do the wave was honestly it was the Raw after WrestleMania, I think, several years ago, back when Seth Rollins was with the Authority.
Right.
I think they were doing a triple. They were doing a 6-man tag match, and the crowd was doing the wave.
Right, that's correct.
But in any case, the match eventually, once they got down to it, was nice and hard hitting. I expected nothing less from them too. In my opinion, Orton, he did have the match in hand, but he messed up a bit, because at the end of the match, where he messed up was that after he put Gunther through the announce table, he posed for the crowd. That's where I feel he messed up.
Right.
Because instead of posing, he should have finished Gunther off.
Oh yeah, that's a fact. That's crazy.
Then the match ended when Gunther locked in the sleeper hold, and Orton, for his credit, he tried like hell to break out of it. And there was a point where he actually did break out of it. But before he could get a chance to move or anything, Gunther locked it right back in. And Orton eventually passed out, and Gunther is still the World Heavyweight Champion. And then after the match, what happened next, I was actually surprised to happen, in which Gunther and Randy Orton shook hands.
Oh yeah, man. That's another great match.
Sportsmanship, man. Pass it on. I really didn't. I didn't expect them to shake hands, but I'm glad that it happened. And who knows? Maybe in a way, this was a passing of the torch.
That's right.
Or Orton passing on to Gunther.
Right.
But overall, the Bash in Berlin was pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? I can't really think of anything that happened in the night that upset me.
Oh yeah, facts.
I mean, sure, I got a little, I got annoyed at KO, not, showing his inner Mamba mentality, but that was only a minor annoyance. Plus, I still understood why he couldn't do it, but it is what it is.
That's correct.
Moving on. Now it is time to cover NXT No Mercy, where to start things off, we had Chase U defending the NXT Tag Titles against Nathan Frazer and Axiom. Now, first off, before the match began, I liked Duke Hudson and Riley Osborne's Champ U shirts that were in black and gold. That was pretty dope.
Oh, word, man.
But anyways, actually, before I continue, I gotta give it to Andre Chase first off, because along with his work ethic and constantly trying and succeeding to get better and better in the ring, because it's showing greatly. I gotta say, one thing that is really underrated about Andre Chase is his drip, because every match, I promise you, every match, this dude is always wearing some fresh ass J's.
Facts, man.
And this event was no different. He had some fresh ass J's on.
For real.
And then also couldn't help that he finally got with the program and was wearing a black sweater to match everyone's black shirts.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyways, on to the match. As usual, Chase U and Axiom and Nathan Frazer put on a star-studded classic, a fucking barn burner that honestly probably stole the show. But then also, once again, I know, it may seem like I'm putting an emphasis on him, but the thing is, he really, compared to the other competitors in the match, he really hasn't stood out as much as he has in the ring as he has on the mic. That's why I'm constantly giving an emphasis to Andre Chase. And I was so stunned when this dude hit a Spanish fly to a double underhook sit down power bomb. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what is making what is driving him to hustle like he is, but whatever Mamba mentality he has inside him, he needs to give to Kevin Owens.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Anyways, anyways, on to the match. Further on to the match, there was a bit of a miscue once again. Where Axiom accidentally hit Nathan Frazer with the golden ratio.
Right.
But it didn't mess him. It didn't mess him up any, because eventually Axiom hit the Spanish Fly along with Frazer hitting the Phoenix Splash for the win, and Axiom and Nathan Frazer are once again the NXT Tag Team Champions. And I'll admit, I was pissed when this happened, because I wanted Chase U to hold the titles for a good minute, you know, because of this whole story arc of Rich Holland trying to be better, and him finding friends in Chase U, and them making him better, him making them better, and, you know, him fulfilling his promise of bringing gold back to Chase U.
Right.
You know, and when it ran as this show, it made me think, like, what was the point of them winning the titles in the first place? But you know, things were a little, you know, the bad taste in my mouth was fixed when Ridge turned on Chase U.
Oh yeah, man.
I was so stunned to see that. And honestly, for a second or two, I thought he was going to attack Thea Hale too.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
But looking back, I understand why he turned on Chase U, because when it came to winning the tag titles, he was the one that won the titles, because he got the pin. And when it came to losing the tag titles, Andre Chase got pinned, not him. So you know, I'd say that he blames Chase for the loss, even though, you know, it's obvious he hasn't learned anything when it comes to being in a tag team. You know, when one wins, they both win, and when one loses, you both lose.
Oh yeah, exactly.
But, you know, it is what it is. Moving on, we had Carson Wentz, formerly Nash Carter, versus Wes Lee.
Right.
I'll be honest. You know, I really didn't care who won this match, because, you know, you already know how I feel about MSK and Wes Lee. So it really made no difference to me. But in any case, they actually did put on a very good match, I must say.
Oh yeah.
They came towards the end of the match where Wes actually, he did not care about the match, and he was about to use a steel chair on Carson Wentz. Not Carson Wentz. Zachary Wentz. What's wrong with me? Good God. It's football season, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. Zachary Wentz. Not Carson Wentz. Good God.
It's not you care, man.
But anyways, Wes Lee tried to use the chair on Zachary Wentz. However, Trey Miguel popped up and prevented him from using the chair. To which then, as Wes went back into the ring, before he went in the ring, Wentz hit Wes Lee with the Canadian Destroyer, and I must say, you know, I hate to break off, but this has to be said. You know, for the longest, I really despised the Canadian Destroyer. Reason why is pretty much the reason why I don't watch AEW. it's because so many people use the Canadian Destroyer at the wrong time, and have really brought down the effectiveness that it used to have from how it looked, and then
Exactly.
and then the worst time that made me absolutely sick was when this one match in AEW where I kid you not, one dude hit the Canadian Destroyer on his opponent, then the opponent bounced off the ropes, hit him with a Canadian Destroyer. Then dude bounced off the ropes, hit him with, and they just kept doing it back and forth, as if it was a fucking circus. Like yo, it's shit like that kills moves. It's shit like that is why in any other promotion except for WWE, I can't take the super kick seriously.
Not got you.
Because it's shit like that has ruined moves. Because by doing that so much, the move no longer looks as devastating, as powerful as it used to be.
No, that is correct. Oh my God.
But thankfully, this did look powerful, and it also helped Zach as he hit his finisher, the UFO, and Zachary Wentz has defeated Wesley. Now, me personally, I know this isn't the end, because if y'all saw NXT, the Rascals are now the number one contenders for the tag titles, and I guarantee in that tag match, Wesley is gonna screw them over.
Right. More likely, yeah, that's right.
Because honestly, I thought Wesley was going to screw them over in the number one contenders match, but he didn't. So I honestly think he's definitely going to screw them over in the tag title match.
Oh yeah, that thing fell through. That shit's crazy.
Moving on, we have Kalani Jordan defending the women's NXT North American title against Wendy Chu.
Right.
This match was all right. It looked pretty choppy, if I'm being honest, but because there was a moment where I don't know what they were going for, but they were on the turnbuckle, but they both slipped off of it. I don't know what they were going for, but yeah. And then at the end of the match, Kalani Jordan, she hit a 450 splash, but the splash, it looked horrible. Like it looked very, very sloppy. Like she didn't practice it or something.
Right.
But in any case, she did hit the split leg moonsault for the win. I'll be honest, I wanted Wendy Chu to win, and because she didn't, it really soured things for me. But once again, just like the tag title match, the sourness went away, because while for lack of a better term, while Wendy was molding in the ring, Tatum Paxley actually crept up behind her and used her own submission against her and put her to sleep.
Right.
So
exactly. That's crazy.
So obviously, Wendy and Tatum are gonna be in a storyline. So they're gonna be a little busy for the moment.
Right.
Anyways, moving on, we had Obafemi defending the men's NXT North American title against Tony D'Angelo.
Oh yeah.
Now, I have to say, Obafemi, he actually looked pretty surprised himself at how well Tony D'Angelo was holding his own, and I must say, it definitely looked like Tony was gonna be the one to take him down, because
correct.
Because with every big hit and strike that Oba gave, Tony gave it right back to him.
Right.
But in the end, Oba hit 2 power bombs before hitting his sit-down power bomb for the win, and he is still the NXT North American champion. And also, they mentioned this on commentary that Oba family's undefeated.
That's correct.
So in my opinion, that also helps him as far as, bringing the prestige of his title reign up. And the fact that he has yet to lose a match.
That's right. That's correct.
And I definitely would like to see. Well, actually, no. Forget that. I can't wait to see who his next opponent will be, and will this reign of dominance continue, or will he finally be brought down?
Oh yeah.
Anyways, moving on, we have the NXT Women's Title match. Roxanne Perez defending against Jada Parker. What happened?
That's a fact.
And in the match, Jada was hurting in the match because she was dealing with obviously a storyline rib injury, and that definitely played a role into the match.
That is right. My God.
But anyways, on to the match itself. Roxanne, she actually stole Jada's move, where she dropped her ass onto Jada in the ring, and she actually even used the LeBron taunt too.
Oh yeah, she did.
But in my opinion, the only reason why that move was even effective was because Jada's ribs were hurting. Because even though Roxanne does have a nice ass, it's not on the level of Jada, so I couldn't. So normally it wouldn't do that much damage as it did.
Right.
But actually, eventually, Jada actually did regain the upper hand, and she does hit her finisher Hypnotic, but it knocks Roxanne Perez out onto the outside, and then on the outside, she attempts to hit Hypnotic one more time, but instead she crashes into the barricade. To which then Roxanne hits Pop Rocks onto the barricade that fell down, but that was the softest Pop Rocks ever.
Oh, that's a fact.
They got no air or velocity onto that. And
right.
Honestly, I put that more on Roxanne than I do Jada. But anyway, But in any case, Roxanne brings her in the ring, hits her with a second Pop Rocks, and Roxanne Perez is still NXT Women's Champion. And before I continue, I will say this, is that had Jada not been dealing with injured ribs, Jada would have won. But that's just my opinion.
I got you perfectly.
Yeah. But in any case, Roxanne did not get enough, did not have her chance to celebrate, because her celebration was interrupted by the debuting Julia. Now, Now, I have to give an apology to my people who have followed Julia throughout her career and whatnot, through the other companies she's been in, because I'm sorry. I don't know who she is. So when it came to her popping up and debuting and that's going out, I did not pop. I was not hyped. I wasn't feeling anything. Only thing I was feeling was honestly anticipation to see how she performs in the ring. But other than that, I did not react. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't have anything against her. It's just again, I don't know her. So with her being here, I'll finally get a chance to find out what she's about, what she can do, and how things will go. And hopefully, if I have my way, she'll take the title off of Roxanne Perez, because at this point, I'm desperate for someone to take that offer. Because I never wanted her to win the title in the first place. But now for her to have this long reign, it's really getting on my nerves.
Right. I got you perfectly.
Anyways, moving on to the main event, we have Ethan Page defending the NXT title against Joe Hendry with Trick Williams as special guest referee.
Oh yeah, man.
Now, the reason why Trick is special guest referee is because when it came to the number one contenders match, Ethan Page tried to screw over Joe Hendry by attacking the refs and whatnot, and preventing the refs from getting in the ring. But unfortunately for him, there was a ref that popped in on the other side of the ring to count the pin.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Anyways, on to the match. Joe Hendry commits a bit of copyright infringement by using Ethan's ego's edge against him. And then afterward, he hit the standing ovation. However, Ethan's foot was underneath the rope, and Trick, because he was a fair guy, he could not count the pin. And Hendry, he was upset at him, but Trick again trying to tell him he's only doing his job. He's calling him right down the middle. To which then, while Hendry was arguing with Trick, Page knocked Hendry into Trick, who then got knocked out of the ring. To which then, while Trick was out the ring, Page commits copyright infringement right back and hits the standing ovation. However, Joe kicks out. Then while the ref didn't see, Page hit a DDT to Joe Hendry onto the NXT title. However, before the ref could count three, Trick grabbed the ref's hand before it could count three.
Oh yeah.
To which then Ethan got pissed, and then he tried to punch Trick in the face. However, Trick ducked, and then he wound up punching out the ref. And then while Trick had his back turned and he was checking on the ref, Ethan Page then took Joe Hendry to Dick Kick City, and then he hit the Eagle's Edge, to which Trick, as much as he did not want to, he did count the three. And he did not want to, because he tried to stretch out that 3 count as much as he possibly could.
Right.
And Ethan was rubbing it into his face the whole time, and he even made him raise his hand.
Oh yeah, I remember. That was crazy.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I wanted Trick to punch him in the face after that.
Oh man, you wanted it to happen?
Hell yeah. But unfortunately, Trick would never get that chance, because then he wound up getting jumped by Pete Dunne.
Oh shit, that was crazy.
Who then hit him with the bitter end.
Right. That
And I find it interesting with Pete Dunne, in which I gotta give it to him because he's actually doing two storylines at once. Because because he's doing the storyline in NXT feuding with Trick, and then he's got a storyline on Raw feuding with Sheamus.
That's right.
So I really got to give it to him for doing that.
That's correct.
But overall for No Mercy, I have to say, this is definitely a first in which I have to say, Bastion Berlin was better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the reason why I feel that way is because what happened that would make me feel what I would usually feel in an NXT Premium Live event, I didn't feel. Where, despite the matches being watchable,
right,
despite my picks not winning, I was not happy with the match outcome. Whereas normally what would happen is that if I saw a match and the person I wanted to win didn't win, I wouldn't care because the match was still that good that I didn't care much about my pick not winning because it was that great. But I didn't feel that for any of the matches.
Right.
Well, so to put it quite simple, I'm very, very disappointed in NXT for this. I expected better of them, and they really blew it.
Oh yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, like, honestly speaking, like, the pay-per-view, NXT pay-per-view was still good. I feel you.
But hopefully they'll get it right with the next pay-per-view.
No, I got you.
But in any case,
and the next pay-per-view, that will be Halloween Havoc.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
But in any case, that's gonna do it for this episode. I definitely want to thank each and every one of y'all for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come and chill with your boys. I definitely want to thank the Humble Man, as always, for coming through and kicking his wrestling knowledge.
Yes, you already know.
Yeah. So, if y'all enjoyed this, go ahead and hit the like button. Comment if you feel like it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. And as always, by way of Struggle Bitchin' Productions, it's the Hitman and the Humble Man. And if you see us coming, run.